Make empowered choices by understanding your employee benefits better. Your success is our business. Employee Matters is sponsored by Momentum Corporate. Here for your journey to success.
We've seen the knock-on effect of the COVID-19 pandemic ripple through many industries and different parts of our lives. Now, while the pandemic wreaked havoc on the economy, at least one positive is record low interest rates, allowing more people to enter the property market. Unfortunately, home loans can still be hard to come by. So I've invited an expert to let us in on a well-kept secret, something called a pension-backed home loan guarantee. Tabile, welcome. For quite some time now, we're hearing that the South African property market is a buyer's market. What does that mean?
You know, Dan, the truth is current interest rates are really at an all-time low. So we're talking about record levels in terms of our interest rates. And what that really means for a potential home buyer is that investing in a home is probably a lot more affordable today than it would have been 2 or 3 years ago. To make it really tangible, let's think about R1 million property purchase. With the prime interest rate at 7% now, as opposed to 10.25% a few years ago, the member is looking at something like 2,000 Rand in monthly savings on their repayments, which really changes the game for a lot of us. And a lot of South Africans are capitalizing on the opportunity to enter the property market.
Yeah, but it's not always possible to access a home loan. I mean, does it mean that it's now easier to get a bond granted?
Yeah, you know, the simple fact that there's a lot more demand for mortgage finance doesn't necessarily mean that everybody gets the finance that they need. In particular, 100% mortgage finance isn't always available, especially for first-time home buyers who tend to be younger and might not necessarily have the cash reserves for a big deposit. It might actually mean that they then can't attract the finance that they need. And sometimes where 100% finance is available, the terms on that are just not as affordable as one would like them to be.
Now, what if you find yourself in a position where the bank won't grant you a 100% home loan? What options are there for you?
There are quite a number of options, and I think one of the best kept secrets in the market at the moment is that legislation permits retirement funds to offer members housing loan guarantees. So what that means is that a few progressive retirement funds, like Funds at Work, do allow their members to use their accumulated retirement savings as collateral towards a home loan.
But aren't we always told, don't touch your retirement savings there for your future when you retire?
You know, within the context of a retirement fund, one of our biggest priorities is making sure that we really support and enable members to provision adequately for their retirement. So it's so crucial that members really prioritize saving for retirement and make sure that they protect their accumulated retirement savings throughout their working lifetimes. But pension-backed home loans have still been designed with this in mind. So where they're used appropriately, it's really possible for members to have access to a very responsible avenue where their retirement savings can be used to
so there are no
support investment
drawbacks
in their home.
in terms if you use that for your future retirement savings?
Look, Dan, I think members have to take a long-term view when they decide whether or not this is the appropriate vehicle for them, and one should consider some of the drawbacks. So in particular, the guarantee is only valid while the member is part of a participating employer of the fund and an active member of the retirement fund. So if the member were to leave their employment, as an example, you know, that might mean that there's a requirement for the loan to be settled early. It's also really important for members to be quite diligent in how they service this finance, because should a member default on this type of arrangement, that would mean that a credit provider might then recover any outstanding monies from their retirement savings.
Thank you very much, Tabile. If you wanted to access your pension-backed home loan, you need to speak to your financial advisor, and then you'll get all the information that you need to take care.
Make empowered choices by understanding your employee benefits better. Your success is our business. Employee Matters is sponsored by Momentum Corporate. Here for your journey to success.